Today I would like to share with you 10 different things that you can do that can help you to open your heart chakra, because heart chakra can get blocked for many different reasons throughout our life, and the blocks can be different, and depending on them you may want to try and to do different things. So by listening to them you can check what is more resonates with you, what is more specific to your situation, and what you want to try. Also, when I will be talking about these things, I can link you to other resources and videos where I can go in more details on the topic, or where I can give some specific practices that you can try. Let's start. The first thing is forgiveness, because our heart very often gets blocked when we get hurt by someone, and we accumulated a lot of resentment and other negative feelings to someone. When there is a lot of stuck unprocessed emotions towards someone else, and when we have this kind of things, when we can't forgive, when we can't let go, it could be one of the very strong blocks that doesn't let us access the energy and the feeling of the heart, because the heart energy is very light, is very accepting, is very loving, is very kind of connected to what is, to the present. And when we can't forgive someone, it's relates a lot to the past. There is certain pain, there is certain anger, and the main reason why it's a block, it's kind of very stuck, solid emotions and energies that doesn't let us to flow. If this is your issue, there are several things. If you need to forgive someone else, you want to try to forgive someone else, I have a video where I explain how to forgive someone who hurt you by writing a forgiveness letter. I will link this video here, and in this video I explain a lot about forgiveness, why it's so important, some mistakes that you may be doing when you try to forgive someone, and kind of giving step-by-step explanation how to go through forgiveness by writing a letter. The other thing, you may have a different problem, that you have guilt and you can't forgive yourself for something. That actually could be even worse, because the kind of shutdown of the energy on all the emotions and feelings you have when you have guilt and you can't forgive yourself can be even stronger when you have resentment towards someone else. And on this topic I also have a few videos that can be really helpful. A video when I give several insights or things that can help you to forgive yourself, I will link it. And the other video where I explain how unconscious guilt works, how it can be blocking us and give us certain problems in our life, and what specifically you can do if you know that you're carrying a lot of unconscious guilt. So you can check also this one. The second thing is practicing self-acceptance. It's the other kind of step after releasing guilt, because maybe we're already not having a guilt, but we are not happy about how we are. We blame ourselves a lot, we criticize ourselves a lot, there is always something wrong with us, and we are not accepting it, we're trying to fix it, and we have always this tension with how we really are. And this blocks heart energy a lot. We don't allow things to be as they are. And I have a full video about unconditional self-acceptance. I'm linking it here if it's your problem. You can check it, because it's extremely helpful to have this shift in your mindset and in your energy to start feeling more acceptance towards yourself. The next step after self-acceptance is a bit more difficult. You can already have a bit more self-acceptance, you kind of stop this war with yourself, but you still doesn't experience self-love. And that's why the other step is usually to start practicing self-love and start learning to feel this self-love towards yourself. But this usually happens after you already went through self-acceptance. I would say that maybe you should not even focus too much of practicing self-love if you still have a lot of guilt and you don't have self-compassion and you don't accept yourself and you have strong inner critic. Just by working on these issues, you will already have a big shift and you may experience quite strong and real connection with your heart already during this process. But if you want to go more, you can check also my video about self-love. I will also link it here. But I would not choose it as a first step. Self-acceptance sometimes is already enough, and releasing guilt sometimes is already enough to have this strong shift. The thing number 4 that is really necessary and really helpful in opening your heart chakra is start processing your emotions, not running away from them, understanding them, being with them. Because heart chakra is about presence and acceptance with being what it is, and all our emotions that we don't accept, that we judge, that we suppress, that we hide, they don't let us to let all this energy, emotional energy, move and go away, and we don't have this lightness and we don't have access to the real feeling of the heart. Because heart energy, it's not about emotions, it's kind of before emotions, I would say. So sometimes you need to go through the strong emotional waves, accept them, let them be, process them, and then to connect to the heart energy, because it's much quieter and much calmer and much more present. So if you have unprocessed emotions, if you have difficult with emotions, you can check my playlist about processing negative emotion. I will link it here, and I talk about different emotions there. Especially I have several videos about anger, because sometimes we have a lot of suppressed anger and it could be one of the block, but also all the others, and you can go through the playlist. There are a lot of different videos. If this is your problem, choose what resonates with you and try it. The next step is actually comes good after you already know how to process emotions, when you're a bit more present, maybe when you have a more self-acceptance. The step is gratitude, because one of the feelings that we have with an open heart is gratitude. It's difficult to force gratitude, as it's also difficult to force forgiveness, it's difficult to force the happiness and love. They usually come as a result of some different shift, and this shift usually comes with this acceptance, being with what is, processing what is. But still, when you realize how gratitude works, when you practice certain things to feel more grateful and to be more connected with gratitude, it really changes your mindset, it changes your state, and it helps to connect with heart. Because heart is, all these things are part of the heart chakra energy, and forgiveness and acceptance and love and gratitude and presence and flow. A lot of these kind of feelings, and you see that they are not emotions. And gratitude is not really an emotions, it's a feeling, it's a state, it has very high vibrations. And in my life, the more I practice gratitude, the more some unexpected and sometimes even magical changes I can see. That's why I'm always for kind of gratitude, but not forced gratitude. When you feel really bad, angry, sad, anxious, and you're trying to force yourself to feel gratitude, don't force anything. When you work with the heart, don't force things. It's opposite energy, and I will explain it also later. So here I will connect video, link video about gratitude. I talk a lot about it, and I'm giving some practical steps that you can use. The other thing that you can do is to try to connect with the feeling of love by focusing on the love that you already have in your life. This is just simple visualization. When you close your eyes and you can think about someone you love, or something that you love in your life, something that you love to do, not forcing the feeling, but thinking about this person, this thing, this activity, and just by thinking and imagining, see if it gives you any change in your state. And if it gives, this is one of the connections that you can kind of keep, hold, embrace in this feeling, and slowly go deeper into it. You don't have to do it now, you can do it at any other time, just to practice, see how you feel. And another thing that you can do, kind of the same stuff, but in a bit opposite way, when you think about someone who loves you and who cares about you, that you felt loved by this person, that you felt that they really care, that when you in kind of contact with this person, you really feel loved and accepted. And when you focus about this person, also feel if you have some resistance or doubts, or it's difficult for you to just receive some unconditional love or conditional acceptance. It could be also some block that can be coming up. And if you continue observing it and feeling it, it can be dissolving, and the energy you can start at it kind of coming more free, more light, and you can really connect with it. The next and very important step is to also check what is going on with your lower chakras, because sometimes we can be stuck in a survival mode with certain blocks in some of the lower chakras. It could be in root, sacral, or solar plexus. If some of the strong blocks that attract all our energy and attention and our life situations are all about it, it could be very difficult to switch to the heart energy, because we're all there and there's something that needs to be processed and released there. And I have a full video where I explain all the lower chakras as survival modes, how you can understand that you're in this mode, what is the difference, and what kind of shift needs to happen to go through these energies of surviving to actually being and living in the heart. It's one of my recent videos, and if you never looked in chakra energies in this way, you may want to watch it. It could be really helpful. The other very simple thing, not for everyone, if you are into crystals, there are two crystals that I like a lot for the heart chakra. This is rose quartz, and rose quartz is, I think it's one of the most known for the heart chakra. It's considered very healing for the emotions and emotional pains. It can be really helpful. If you like it, you can use it. And my favorite one recently is a malachite. This crystal also helps to open the heart, but it can also trigger certain transformational process. So that's why I like also to have them together, because this one can kind of trigger opening of certain things that you need to process, and the rose quartz is a bit more calming and healing, I would say. But this is very, very personal. If you really like this stuff, you can try. You can just have them close to you, you can hold them, you can meditate with them. If you feel them and if you believe in them, that's something that can work. And the thing number 9, that is very, very important. If you had a history of traumas in your childhood, if you live in a survival mode, if your nervous system is hyper vigilant and always looking for danger, if you're constantly stressed, if there is a lot of tension, if there is something in the past that is not healed yet, and maybe you have even some mental health issues, this requires your attention, and this requires the work with traumas and trauma healing. And this is very, very important, and it's a very big block in the heart chakra, is this unprocessed trauma and unhealed pain. And these things are connected. When you work with the heart, it's easier to process the thing. When you start learning to process the things, you also open in your heart. It's kind of process that works both ways. And it's my story. I did a lot of trauma healing work. I'm still continue doing it. I'm also helping other people to process these things. It's a huge topic. It's something that should not have this influence on you, like, I have this trauma and I will be like this forever. I can't solve this or that because of these trauma flashbacks, about this anxiety, of these depressive feelings or insomnias. When you know about this, you can work on this. There are a lot of stuff that you can do. And if it's your situation, you can also subscribe to my channel, because I'm doing more and more content related to trauma healing. I'm also sharing my own experience. And there's something, when you have some constant support through videos, through books, or maybe through coaching or therapy, that's how you're moving through, and you feel more confident and you feel stronger that you can do it. And it's always great to work on all the levels, and with energy as your heart chakra, and also with your emotions, and with your body and your nervous system, and with your mind and beliefs and identities and programs. And the last thing that I want to share here, something that you can do already here and now, because I have a video with a guided practice on connecting with heart chakra that focuses mainly on learning on this feeling of being with what is, on feeling and the energy of it, but feeling also the presence, the state, the connection with what is. So here I will link this video where you can check the practice, and it's I think just 10 minutes. You can try it, you can observe if you have any shift while doing it, but if you really want to move forward with opening your heart, with feeling better, with healing, with feeling more love and gratitude and joy in your life, that's one of the steps that you can do already here and now, and you're not losing anything. So I really recommend you to try it. If you have any questions, you can always leave me a comment below, and thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.